Oh gosh, this is what I don't want to happen. Hopefully this will help it. I'll try to charge my phone when I do the live because my phone does the camera that when you see what I'm doing. And so when I take it off, it's like at 4%. So anyway, hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. This video is going to be a couple of different things. We're going to start off with some of the new products from the new catalog that I ordered. I didn't order all of it, of course. We're going to start off with that. I'm just going to show you a couple things. And then we're going to talk about Cloud Cover. It is a new in color and I really love it. The ink pad will not be for sale. They're selling the ones they have to us demonstrators, and I bought one. So we're going to use it. I'm going to show you. I have no idea what my ink pad will be like, and that's the problem with it. So it could look really good or it could look different. So we're going to see what mine looks like, but I'm going to show you a couple of options to how you can still use the ink, not the ink pad, but if you have a refill and a little spot, and then there's markers and there's all that stuff. So I'm going to show you that. And then we're going to make our card. And this is the card right here. And I don't know if you can see how, there it goes, how shiny it is. So we're doing a different kind of thing with the blends. And then we're going to make that flower shiny. So that's going to be our card today. My puppy is fine. She is in the family room asleep. So I'm not going to go get her because every time she wakes up, she needs to pee. And so my whole family is home. They're all upstairs. My youngest is right above me. But nobody to take her out. So we're just going to, if she comes walking in here, I'll pick her up. She's still as cute as can be. And she's wonderful. Okay, let's get started. All right, so let's see. I've been trying all morning to get this to be straight. That's about as straight as I can get it. So, all right, new products. I'm going to start with two sweets that I ordered. This is the Kintsugi Inspirations. Okay, this is so cool. This is it in the catalog. It's on page 58 and 59. And then they show you some more stuff about it on the next page. But here's the stamp set. And then here's the dies. Yeah, there's the dies. All of a sudden I'm like, am I missing one? But I'm not. So there's the stamp set and the dies. There's an embossing folder. This is joined together. Isn't that cool? Be really cool. You could color it in with your brayer or your blending brushes, or you could do all kinds of stuff with it. And then these are really, really, really gold. Flower accents, I mean, those are just really, really pretty. And then the best thing is this paper. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay. That one, and on the other side is that. This one, look at that. Oh, all this metallic paper. This one, you could die cut all those. They're shiny. Oh, they're beautiful. And this one, it's got some gold in it. These are all so pretty. I love that one. I love all of them, but that on the other side. And then the last one is that, all gold and then blue. Since it's a specialty paper, it comes with a cardboard backing with plastic around it. So I don't have the little white piece that goes in the back of some of them that has all the colors. So I always label it on here. It's got beige, cloud cover, Lost Lagoon, misty, olive, petal gold. So I do that for myself. Okay, so that's the Kintsugi Inspirations. I hope I'm saying that right. I think I am. Then there's also the Sunshine Vibes. Let's see if I can... Boho Vibes is what it's called. But the stamp set and the dies are Sunshine. So some rainbows. Pretty cool. And then there's these embellishments that go with it. The colors in this are And they're not even telling me. Let's see. Does it say? No. But, well, the back of the page, so there's the embellishments, and then here's the 6x6 paper, and there's tons, and it does have the color on the back. So let's see, what colors are there? Cajun Craze, Cloud Cover, Daffodil Delight, Mossy Meadow, Petal Pink, and Secret Sea, which is also a new in color. So that is the boho vibes. Those are the only two suites I got, and then the rest is all kind of on its own. So I'll share some of those with you. Some new ephemera, Good Times, and Time for Celebration. Let's see, those are in the front, I think. Yeah, so you can see in the catalog, you can see everything I haven't opened them yet. But these are great. I have bought every single pack that they have had since I started it, and they are so great for fast cards, especially this one, the Greetings for All, which was in the, I believe, the mini catalog, but it's carried over. It has all these sentiments. I love that. I use that all the time. So there's that. And these are metallic textures rub-ons. There's silver and gold. So I'm excited about that because I can think of lots of ideas for that. All right, so the next thing I'm going to show you is two new dies they have, and they are, I guess, more for scrapbooking, but I don't really scrapbook anymore, but I went ahead and bought them. And so when I opened my box, okay, look at these things. These things are huge. Like, this is what they usually come in compared to that. They're huge. One is the party banners, which is right here. These magnets are still from Stamp and Storage. They're the long ones. They're made for like the slimline dies and stuff, so I already had some, but these are perfect for that. So you get all these and little of this, and there's how many in here? There's 20 of them. So that's the banners. It'd be really cool to make different banners for decoration and stuff. And then the party alphabet. I mean, those suckers are huge. And then I have some extra ones that I probably won't ever use, but well, I'll use that. I probably would use that. But okay, so enormous. So those are some new dies, and like I said, I do think they're scrapbook related, but I think you can try and find them. You can use them in card making too. And then this is the Irresistible, what is it called? Here, I opened it up. Irresistible Designs. This is really cool. This is all white, and I hope you can see it. Like, there's flowers on this one. You get 2 of each, I think. 2 of each. There's leaves on that one. And then some plaid, not really plaid, but gingham look right there. These would be great because you can use your brayer or your blending brushes to put color on them, and because they're embossed, the outline of it will not go away. You could color it with blends, all kinds of stuff. So really pretty. And then the other thing is the one we're using today, which is cornflower. Right here. Okay? That is what I got when the catalog went live. I got some blends for the new in colors. I got re-inkers for the new in colors. So I got stuff like that. All right, so let's talk about Cloud Cover. Here is the color of it. It is like a bluish gray. I really, really like it. That's the paper. Here's the re-inker. And then here's the pad, which if you're not a demonstrator, you can't order that. But I took the plastic off of it, and that's all I did. I've got some of my terrific toadstools, one of the stamps from that. I wanted something that was bold so we could see what this looks like, and we can compare it to the paper. All right. It'll obviously look a little different when it dries too, but it's a little different. Which the ink and the paper always is a little different. This is a little darker than the paper. It's already lightening up a little bit, so my ink pad might be okay. But let's try it again, and we're going to do this way instead. I've got one of my little ink pads here, and with the re-inker, I never know when this is enough or too much or whatever. It's kind of going down the sides a little, so I may have to do it a little more, but let's see if this works. Yeah, I can hear my son. I'm going to have to send him a text. Tell him to stop. All right, probably needed a little more, but yeah. A little splotchy, but yeah, it needs more, but at least you can see the color. The color, it will let it dry, but you see it's a little different. So now that the top one's dry, you can see it's a little more gray than the color of the cardstock. So, but that's the option that you have, is you can buy some of these empty ink things, and then you can get the re-inker and ink it up. It's a really pretty color, so I hope I'm glad I can do this with it. All right, there, it seems to be not going in as fast. Oh yeah, look, now it's all, let's see, let's try this other one again. Let's see, did I get it too wet? Yeah, it's kind of wet, but yeah, I got it a little too wet. That's okay. Yeah, a little too wet, but yeah, it's now that it's dry, you can see it's more closer to the paper than the top one. The top one looks a little more gray, so that's how it's supposed to look. So this one, you still could get something cool out of it and everything, but to get the actual color, you're going to want to do it this way. Okay? I gotta move this because my last live, well, no, yeah, I can move it, because the last live, all of a sudden it was me making a card, which I don't think that's how you guys want to see it. You want to see the actual me making it. All right. So for this cute card, we are going to we're going to do it in a little different colors, okay? So get all my stuff up here. I've already got, this is the Nature Sweetness Designer Series paper. That's what's in the back there, so I cut another piece for that. And instead of doing this one, I did with Flirty Flamingo and Cherry Cobbler. That's how I colored this. And so then I did Flirty Flamingo all around. So I'm going to do a yellow and red. So this is Daffodil, so I've got these right here. I already stamped and die cut everything just to give us more time to show how I color these. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay. So what I got here is this huge thing of blends, okay? And I've got lots of other examples to show you on how I do this kind of coloring. what you're going to need is you're going to have your blends, and you can use whatever colors you want. You just got to like play with it a little bit, and you need a non like porous surface. So what I use is just an acrylic block. This is cherry cobbler on there. It dries on there. Okay, you just use some rubbing alcohol and a paper towel, and it'll come right off. But it's kind of nice because it doesn't go bad. So what we're going to do, actually I'm going to show you on a couple of just on some scraps here. That's cherry cobbler. So I take the dark cherry cobbler and brush it on there, and then you decide on a lighter color. Let's see. This is lemon lolly. You're going to take your lemon lolly and you're going to pick up some of these. Do you see that? How it gives it, and it kind of changes that cherry cobbler to red. And you can see I still have a little dot on there, but if you, it comes off. And this is how we're going to color our sunflower, but I thought I'd show you a couple other things too. Okay. You could do, like I did this one, I did it with lemon lolly, and I did it with like a purple. Which purple? I think it was fresh freesia. Let's see. So fresh freesia, I always use the darkest one. Fresh freesia isn't very dark, but so then I pick up some of it, and see, it just gives it a little bit of, it's just a little, I don't know, it's almost again a little orangish there, but it just gives it a little bit of, it gives it a little more dimension, I think. So now if you were just coloring, I'm not going to do it on my flower because I don't, you know, if you put that there and then this on top of it, it bleeds a little bit. I mean, you can keep going over it, but it's just a little different. So I like to pick it up with that and then kind of start coloring. Okay, so take the freesia off there. You could also, you could do it another way. You could take your pens like this and just put that on the top. I'm sorry, you can't even see it. Put that like on the top of it. I didn't really want to do that. I kind of liked this a little better. So now the dies for the, it's this big long thing, and it like folds. So you could do where you, I don't know, I mean, I just wanted one flower, but you could do something like that where then it, I mean, you could even make like a card or something with it, with that. But all I do is I stamp it. Obviously this is in memento, and then that little piece, and I just cut it off just for the single flower. Okay, so we've already got our cherry cobbler. All right. See how it just gives it, I mean, it just, I don't know, it just is really cool. It looks very artistic. Gives it that little bit of different color on the top. I mean, you still, and then you just color the rest just with the lemon lolly. Just gives it a little bit of, and I go back in and give some to some other places, like did it there on the bottom just to give it a little more color. And then what I want is just a little more of that color throughout. So I just sort of go back over on top of some of mine and just, I mean, it just makes it, I don't know, it makes it stand out a little more, I guess. So that's something you can do with your blends. Okay, and we're doing it on all of them, all of the different stamped images and stuff. For the top of the flower, I didn't do it for that. I just did it with crumb cake. Well, that's a little darker than I anticipated, but that's okay. I already have one of these already done, because what we're going to do to this after we're done coloring it and everything, it's going to take forever to dry. For the leaves, I did Soft Sea Foam and Mossy Meadow, and I do use the light Mossy Meadow on this one, and a light Soft Sea Foam. See, it just gives it a little more color there, a little darker in the middle. It's not too noticeable, but just a little bit. There, making it a little more noticeable on this one. Just gives a little more dimension to it. There's the leaves. And then for the butterfly, I used Azure Afternoon and the Balmy Blue. So, did I use the dark? I don't know if I used the dark one on that. It might have been the light one. I guess we're going to find out. I'll do the dark one. Okay. And the light Balmy Blue. It just gives it, it's just really kind of a cool technique. Just gives it just a little, I don't know, just see, it just gives a little dimension to it with those dark areas like that. I just go back in and add some more. Just makes it really stand out. Okay, and then his body is crumb cake. Okay. All right. So, and then the stem, I did that with pecan pie and light crumb cake. just a little darker there in the middle. Okay, so got all that done, the coloring. Now, I'm going to cut off the top of this. And what we're going to do is we're going to make that flower wet. All right, so I'm going to put it on here, and I've got my fine tip glue pen. Okay. Okay. And you are going to want to put this glue all over the flower. Not the top, but just all over. Let's see if it'll come out. There it goes. Can you see that? I hope so. Here, let me zoom in while I'm doing this. Okay. I'm just squeezing it on there. You can see it. If you've been buying or a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! For a long time, this probably reminds you of the Crystal Effects, which they had for so long, and when they stopped having it, I was kind of sad because I really liked doing that. This is basically what you did, is you could use it as glue too, but it was to give shine to some stuff. And so this is really cool. You could do this with so many different kinds of stamps or whatever. I mean, like, you could do it on something that's supposed to look like a glass or something, like the Cheers and Sips, or Sips and Cheers or whatever. You could do it on that. Okay, almost done. And this takes a while to dry because you're putting a lot of glue on there. Makes it look like the flower is like almost wet, like it had just rained or something. So I think that's really cool. Okay. I keep a pen with my fine tip glue, and I just stick it down in there and make sure it's but I keep it around it because sometimes when I take it out it's stuck, it won't come out, so I use that to clear it, and it always works. So okay, so there's our little shiny wet flower. I'm going to put that off to the side because it takes a long time to dry. I've already got one done, not this one, but here's another one. I've already got it all dry. Okay. All right. So let's see if I can zoom back out. Okay, I still don't know. Okay. Oh, okay, that's better. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start making our background. You could do the glue on the butterfly too. That would be really cute. I'm not going to, just to save some time. But again, you can see, you touch this, it doesn't come off because it dries. So I just do a little bit of rubbing alcohol. And ta-da! It's all clean. So you could use any kind of plastic or something with your blends doing that kind of thing. All right, so since we've got this daisy, it's like a daisy cone flower. We're not going to use the Flirty Flamingo. We're going to use Daffodil Delight. So I've got one just for the background to the paper, and then I've got this one, and we're going to make that frame that goes around it. And what we're using is the Textured Notes. We're going to use the big one and the middle big one. Okay, and we're going to get my cut machine up here. All right. And this is not, if you look at my card, you can see the sides, but you can't see the top or the bottom on it. So it's not like a perfect frame, but I love the way it all, how it came out anyway. All right, so I got that one, and I'm going to do them at the same time. And then the second one, see, hopefully you can still see this. Oh. All right. Top one. Okay, and then the middle one, and you just want to, if you can see it, the sides are going to be bigger than the top and the bottom, so you just want to make it okay. All right. I'm doing them at the same time. You could try and do it. It might be easier to do. Oh, you know what? I'm sitting there saying, let's just try it one at a time. It's one thing when I'm doing this all by myself, but when I'm doing it for y'all, I don't want to mess it up. All right, we'll do the first one, and then we'll do the other one. If you've seen lots of my cards and stuff, I love frames. Oh my gosh, did you see that? That was really weird. And it didn't cut the bottom, so I love frames. I make frames with markers, I make frames with dies. I love how it just, on the card, it's like, this is what you're supposed to look at. I've cut them myself, frames. I've had videos of that, just on your trimmer, making a little frame like this. I've done that before. All right. This is a little easier. All right, so the top and the bottom, you're not going to get nearly as much space as the sides. I hope this looks good. Side, okay. All right. And then the one that cuts out in the middle, you can save that for something else. And there's your frame. Okay. That's the only thing we're die cutting. Well, I have this. This is part of the coneflowers. It's on there, and I didn't die cut one because I'm just going to put it together, and if I feel like I need one, I got to decide what color I want. So see, there's your other, the one that you were using for the frame, so you can save that for something else. All right. We might need this, we might not. We'll see. All right. Okay. Go ahead and start assembling the card. Oh, and I have a funny picture to show you guys. I'll show it in a minute. One of my friends on Facebook who's Florida, like I am. And here, I'll go ahead and show you this picture. It is so funny. Oh, let's see if it works. That right there. Florida has the type of heat where you get pissed off for no reason. Excuse my language. I went for a walk today, a 4-mile walk. I did 3 of them with my husband, and then I did the last mile by myself. And it was at 7 o'clock this morning, and I came back and I was drenched in sweat. And yes, Florida gets hot, yes, but it's only May 20th. And it's not supposed to be this hot and this humid this early. I mean, it can be, but it's like, ugh, and it's only going to get worse. Because, yeah, it's only going to get worse. All right, so then we're going to glue that on there because everything goes on top of it. I mean, it says right now that or that when we were all eating lunch, we have a weather channel, not weather channel, but a weather thing that got stuff outside that tells us everything, but it says it's 91 degrees and feels like 106. So, yeah. And it only gets worse. July and September is the worst. September has the hottest days. And I had two children, my two youngest, September 8th and September 21st. So, there you go. It's awful. Pregnant, really pregnant, in September in Florida is terrible. All right. Move it over just a little. Want to get equal on the sides there. Okay. Now, let's see. The one we just made. Yeah, it's still really wet. Yeah, it's still really wet. It takes a long time to dry. I did use my heat tool on one of them, and it kind of pushes the glue in different directions, so it worked out okay for mine, but it may not work out for everybody else. So, okay. So I got some of my dimensionals, the outside frames of these, because this is perfect for using those, because you've got a big flower here, so it's going to take lots of dimensionals. So one right there. Get to throw one of those away. That was like from a paper pumpkin where you get the little skinny things of dimensionals. That's why you always keep these, because you can use them for lots of stuff. All right. And we're going to talk about the sentiment. I'm going to do a different one on this one than my pink one, and I'll explain where I got all that. Let's see. Okay, and I have to lift this up because I learned this the last time I did this. I had to put the stem under there, and there was so many dimensionals I had to lift it up a little. I don't want to, I always put the top of the flower down first. A little bit more. Oh gosh. There we go. So I needed a little more. It's going over the edge a little, but turn that off. Still looks good. Okay. Oh, not going well. There we go. Stay. Okay. And then our leaves. All right, I'm gonna have to lift this up a little. I've just made it stick down. Okay. Okay. All right, there's our leaves. And then the butterfly, oh, where's he? Right here. I did dimensionals on him too. Everything is sticking to me. All right, that dimensional does not want to let go. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, can you hear my son? I had to explain to him. Isn't that cute? Okay. So for the sentiment on this one, what I used was, this is an online product. It is More Messages, and here's the die for it. And these are great messages. And what I did was I just inked up the whole stamp with Memento, and then I die cut it. So I got a ton here. We could use one of these, but you can use the dies for anything. So what I did was I wanted to do It's Your Day. So I got the stamp right here. So what you do, and if you look in the back of my dies, I have just this little thing, and what I do is or here, we'll do it this way. Will it fit in there? And it did. So I stamped It's Your Day from the Coneflower, and I die cut it with the More Messages die in that one. Okay, so you can use that die, this die, for most sentiments. I mean, there's going to be some that won't fit into any of them, but you can use it for lots of ones. You just do like a little piece of paper and just put it right under there, and you'll still get some cuts from like the other ones, but you don't have to do a full sheet. You can just do a little piece of paper under whichever design, whichever one you want to die cut, and then so it's great. So like I said, you don't have to do a full piece of paper. You can just do one at a time. Now, the More Messages, that is one stamp. But even with that, you could just ink up one and then do it. But I keep the other ones that came out. I keep them, and I'm sure I'll get to use them at some point. All right, so for those, that on the bottom, it does seem like maybe I should have one of those on there. I just don't know what color. That's like crumb cake. Maybe I'll just do another crumb cake. All right, we'll do that real quick. It is. We can use that. And it's part of the Coneflower right there. Let's see. Is it 4? It is, so that's perfect. Okay. And I just sort of try to center it because it's a little longer than 4 inches. So I just want it to kind of be even on the edges. All right. It gives you a lot of the little circles. So maybe you could use the little circles for something else. I don't know. Okay, and see, and this is supposed to go on top of that. So, all right. Oh no. Maybe I could use this for that too. There we go. Those little pens that people use for sewing and stuff, they're perfect for stuff like that because they're so thin that they can go into those little fine tip glue things. I use these for just about everything. Anything like this where it's small I just pour that into one of these and all right. That's like right above. What's behind? Oh, nothing's behind it. I'm just looking at something. There we go. Okay, so added that. So there you go. Two different ones, different colors. This was Cherry Cobbler and Flirty Flamingo. This is Cherry Cobbler and Lemon Lolly. So you can see it just gives it, it's a really cool kind of technique for coloring and different way to use your blends. There are some, obviously tons of people who are so talented with coloring and they can do stuff with blends that I cannot do. So you could do that like where you first color like with Cherry Cobbler and then you go over it with Lemon Lolly. I think doing it like that, it already blends it in with the Lemon Lolly, so it does look a little more orange. But it's, oh, this goes on dimensionals too. But it's really fun, and you don't ruin your blends by doing that. It comes out, and it's just a fun little technique. I mean, I keep thinking like different ways to do it, and I'm going to show you a couple cards that I've done that blending technique on them. But I love making it look wet. I love that. All right, so this one I did Poppy Parade and Lemon Lolly, so you can see. And then I think I've got it all written down. I think it's Lemon Lime Twist and Soft Sea Foam for the leaves. So you could see how the leaves have little bits of different colors on them. So there's that one. And then that's just a finished card. These are not finished, but I did this with the Layers of Beauty, I think it's called. This one, I have it all written down. I think it was the same. It was Poppy Parade and maybe Daffodil Delight. That one. This one was like magenta and I have it written down. I don't have it over here, but just different ways to do it. And then this one, a little different. I did this with the Color Lifter. The blends, the Color Lifter, I did that, and I put, like I did with this one, put the darker colors on a block, and with the Color Lifter, I lifted it up. So it's more like they're white flowers with just a little hint of pink and yellow in them. So there's tons of different things you could do with that. Let's see if our other one's dry yet. No, it's still wet. But isn't that cool? That's just a fun little technique. It's easy. Give it a shot and see if you like it. And you could do all different kinds of colors. I mean, you could do blue and yellow. You could do pink and green. You could do all different kinds. But there you go. So that's one of the new products in the catalog. And I love that little butterfly with it. There's so many butterflies. But there you go. So pretty easy. If you got any questions, you can let me know. I hope everyone's having a great day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.